Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for being with me today. I hope you're well and looking forward to another episode of Planet Zoo here in Pine Valley Zoo. Now last episode we were doing some detailing work around here, so we put some lots of lighting all over the place. We built our little statue on the corner here. I did the viewing area over here, and then various other bits of detailing just here and there. So in between episodes I have just done a little bit of work. Now mainly what I did is a bit of path work over here. So the reason I did this off camera is because I tried to do it and record it and it was a nightmare, and it just would not have been fun for you guys to watch me play around with this. So I did it off camera. So this is what we got. So I had serious issues. You can see here this still hasn't connected how I wanted it to. But yeah, basically I tried to build this pathway here and it just wouldn't build in any way. No matter what option I chose, it wouldn't build it. I ended up luckily managing to build this piece. It seems to be that this option here, now if any of you can explain how this works, I'd love to know. This flattened terrain option, when it works really well, as you can see by this bit here. But sometimes it builds it and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just makes it float in the air. I have no idea what the rules are. But anyway, I've managed to do this bit. And I've also managed to build it under here. But then again here, you see, the flattened terrain doesn't seem to work on slopes, which I thought was the whole point of the flattened terrain tool, but it's not apparently. Apparently it only does it on flats. So this had to be flat. I wanted this to be more of an angle. I wanted it to come down, but I wasn't able to do that. And then here I wanted a slope going up, and obviously it's not worked. I've had to do it with the tunneling tool instead. Which means that you end up with these bits here, so where the straight or the flat meets the angle, you end up with quite a sharp turn, which is not what I want. I wanted it to be a gradual slope and eventually flattening out. But you don't seem to be able to do that using this flattening tool. So yeah, I don't know. Answers on a postcard if any of you got any ideas of how you do this. The only way I managed to connect these pieces here was by building an individual piece of pathway just here and then connecting it like this with a bridge. So yeah, I don't know why it is like it is, but there we go. And I also did a little bit of path building over here. So this path is going to continue here. I thought it'd be fun to take it into the hillside here and then back out again, and then that will continue probably all the way along here somewhere. Don't really know. I just wanted to get the structure in place basically, so that whatever work I do next, the structure is there and I can work around it. Now what I've done here, the train at the moment does this. Now it's not going to do that. This bit is going to stay, and this bit of train is going to come up here. It's going to go around the top somewhere, probably a bridge over here, somewhere up here. There might be another station I think over here. It's then going to come round down this slope, and then it's going to come back along here. This is the plan, and along this thin strip of land here, so in between the railway and the path, along here, and then it's going to veer off sideways here somewhere and go over here and probably through another tunnel. That's my big plan. So you'll have like a massive loop going around there, which I think will look really cool. But we shall see. That's not going to happen in this episode. This episode is all about the dam. So without further delay, I'm going to crack on with some building, because I know that's what you guys are here for. So the dam, what I need is some good looking stonework essentially. Now let's think, how do I want to do this? I think what I'll do, I am going to use some grid pieces as my basic structure, and then I will add to it using non-grid pieces. So what do I want? I think I probably want, yeah, something like that is the roof. I think will look good. Let's just try and line that up with the pathway. That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to have to, it's going to have to be a bit too tall, unfortunately, and people will look like their feet are disappearing. But that's because I do want to, cover the pathway. Actually, I can turn the curbs off, can't I? Sorry, I'm overthinking things again, aren't I? Or underthinking things, depending on how you view it. Actually, what I want to do, let's not do the whole thing, because I want to kind of build sideways and then duplicate it if I can. I think it's going to have to be 3 wide. That's absolutely fine. Obviously it doesn't matter how wide it is. Yeah, that's good. Then let's go with some kind of a stone wall, whether that's probably limestone, I guess. Let's keep it basic. Where's limestone? I've missed the limestone. Hang on, no I haven't. Oh, that's European rustic, that's why I'm lost in my alphabet. There we go, limestone. The limestone, of course, can be coloured, and I don't want it white. I am thinking grey. No, that doesn't quite look the right colour to me. Yeah, actually that's better. Okay, and it's going to have to be too deep. Too deep, yeah, there we go. Great, okay. Looking good so far. So it's a really basic structure at the moment. I know that, that's fine. I think what I'm going to do with the pathway, actually let's do it now. I'm going to turn off curbs and railing. And then we will make it look like people are just walking on the concrete, on the bricks. Yeah. Cool, okay. So let's even this out a bit. So on this side, actually I guess what let's think, how do I want to do it? Yeah, on this side I want an intake. I know what I'm going to do on the other side. Let's do the other side first actually, because I think that's going to work out a bit easier to do. Because this side is where I want my lion head. Okay, so one of the pieces actually is probably not in there, is it? It's here it is. So this piece here, this is what I want to use. This is going to be spitting the water back out. Okay, so let's just pop that there for a second. I mean, that's just, it's too good not to use it, basically, this piece, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. But obviously I don't want it just like that. I want it on something that kind of sticks out, you know. Now we've also got the pieces that I used, the edging pieces that I used earlier on. Actually, no, I will probably use this up here somewhere. So let me just plonk one of these down, because that makes a really nice edge up the top. So that's what I will probably use along the top somewhere. So let me just put that there temporarily. There are a lot of nice pieces here, things like this. I love this. So this will get used. That will go in. I want to make a nice intricate top. That possibly as well. Probably using this piece along the top. So again, I'll just put that there temporarily. I love that piece as well, actually. So let's just whack one of them up there. This is often what I do when I build. I just put pieces down if I think I might be able to use them. See, I like this, actually. That, I don't know if that's big enough or too big, but I may be able to somehow integrate these together. Yeah, see, I think I can make that work. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then get the whole thing kind of mounted out on something else. Right. It's always a bit of a process, this kind of thing, when you're not entirely sure what you want to end up with. Yeah, what you want it to look like in the end. You always end up just kind of winging it and seeing what happens. So I know I want to use that. Because it just looks so cool. Now I'm wondering, do I want to use, I don't know what colour I might want this. Yeah, something like that. That looks good. Yep. And then I'll tell you what I might actually end up doing is just using these. If I change the grid size, right, where's the middle? Let's have a look. If I go there and there, yes, because then that's big enough that way. Great, okay, that's what I want. So let's get this in place. I think, yeah, I think this is roughly how I want it to look. The idea is you create one piece like this and then you duplicate it sideways. That's the plan. Oh, that's annoying. That's not going to let me move two together. Fine. Well, let's just bring that one out, and then I'll bring that one out. Something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's get these duplicated over. What? Come on. I just honestly, you know my problems that I have with the weird angle stuff in this game. It often doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever, does it? But there we go. These are the things we deal with. Okay, that's how I want that to look. That is good. Yeah, happy with that. Now what I might also do, actually, let me just see if I bring that down a bit. Is there room for something like this in here? No, that's too big. Maybe something like this. And I'll tell you what, I know what I need here. There's another piece, isn't there? There's a round piece. That's what I want. No, that's the one I want. Sorry. That's, yes, this is it. Good. That looks better. Good. Right, let's, I think I'll cover up that little design bit inside there. And then this piece can sink in to about there. I just want to make it look quite grand. And I'm just wondering, you've got a bit of a gap in there. I wonder if I turn this. Hang on. I wonder if I can just cover in that gap a bit. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. Okay. Now what do I want underneath? I feel like maybe it needs something at the bottom. Hang on, actually the tiger isn't quite on the wall. I'm going to have to push that back a bit. Does that matter? No, I think I can get away with that. I know the tiger isn't technically center. I think this line here looks like it's in the center, but obviously its design naturally goes out to the side there, like it's windswept, but that's fine. I think I can get away with that. I'm thinking I might need one of them along the top, or possibly something else along the top. Let's just move this in and see what it looks like. Yeah. I feel, is there a shorter one of these? I think there is. Where are we? I never find it very quickly. Here we go. I wonder if I can make it work. Hang on, let's get it to the right colour. Okay, it looks good there. Can I make it look good at this end? No, it doesn't quite match, does it? If I flip it and then flip it, how can I do this end now? It doesn't work, does it? Unfortunately, these pieces don't always fit. No, okay, that's fine. I'll do one of these, I guess, along the top. Forget that and bring it. Oh wow, that's really not in the center at all, is it? Oh, does that mean that my whole thing is off center? It is, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's cool. Let's get this top bit done, because I think this is the same length as the other pieces, so I should be able to line this up perfectly at each end. Where are we? Hanging over there. We're not hanging over here. Let's just bring that over. Try to get this as dead on as I can. Okay, there we go. That's now in the center, which means all of these other pieces, if I can highlight them all, which I guarantee you I can't. There's still one in there, and I don't want that or that. Okay, hang on, let's just, yeah, I knew I was going to miss a piece there. That's fine, I'll see if I can grab that in a second. There we go, let's get that centered. Let's get that one centered. Ah, there we go. Right, that looks better. Because this piece, hang on, let me move this one out of the way. This will also be used, I think, along here. So this should be the right length now to be on here. Excuse me, on here twice. If I do that, it should basically connect up at each end. It's a bit of a gap in the middle there. I'd rather it was overhanging at the outside, because then it'll work when I duplicate the whole thing sideways. Yeah, so that is overhanging there. You do end up with this slight gap in the middle, which can be covered, maybe with one of these. Although you know, because you end up with the gap on the top, so that isn't going to work. I mean, I might put one of those pieces on anyway, but I really need these two pieces to touch. Okay, we'll have to see what happens when I duplicate the whole thing sideways. Or hang on, I don't know, I might have judged it okay, we'll see. Okay, so that's a basic top there. And then I think we want this as our barrier. I probably want to raise this up right in the middle of this. I think that would look good. Actually, I might hide the base and just have it sitting on it like that. And then let's bring that over here. Hopefully that all works out right. Good, good, good. Okay, looking okay. So then what I was thinking is this piece, I don't know if this is going to work, but this is what I was thinking, is just use this sideways here as well to cover up. No, it doesn't work. It's not going to work at all going sideways like that. Okay, rethink. Let's get rid of that. It's too chunky. And in fact, I think I want to raise them up a bit. Make this quite no, see, it doesn't look right like that. This really needs to be at ground level, doesn't it? That's fine. Actually, do you know what I can do is change the rest of this instead. So let's move this, let's bring that down, and then this will go down right the way down to there, because I want the water coming out lower down anyway, so that's fine. Good. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Right, let's see about this piece as an edge. This might work a bit better. So let's bring it out to there and across. And then let's see if it works as an end piece as well. Alright, do I want it? No, I'm going to need it like that. I think. Let's try it at this end and see how it looks. Right, have I got that roughly centered? I think I have. Cool, okay. So then I just got a little gap here to fill in. I can probably use one of these. Not sure if this is going to be too big actually. Or, it just shows through the front there. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, that's fine, I won't use that. Let me just fill that in with another random bit of stone. Yeah, that would do. Nice textured little bit of stone, that one. So if I bring that down to about there. Hang on. Oh, it doesn't quite go front to back. Never mind, I'll have to... Oh, actually, I'll just see if there's a bigger piece I can use. Yeah, there we go. That's a bigger piece. And that, yeah, there we go. That one stretches front to back. So I will just put that in there as a floor piece. Cool. Oh, graphical glitch. So annoying. There we go. Great. Right. What do we think? Obviously, there's going to be water coming out of the lion's mouth. Good. I'm pretty happy with that. It's yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I wonder on this other side. I don't know whether I'm going to use that piece anywhere. Maybe on this side I will. This side is intaking water, so I don't really know how I'm gonna quite get that to line up and look like water's going in. I guess I need... I'm really not sure what I need. Yeah, I do like that side. This side, not so much. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do straight away, because this is all obviously going to be the same on both sides. So this can come over and be our top. So at least we've got that to work from. Makes sense for that to look the same on both sides. Obviously on this side, the wall, let me just continue that. All the way down, and I guess, yeah, let's continue this all the way down as well. like so, and then these as well. Obviously all of this will be hidden underwater, but we still want it there, so that it looks good. I don't know what animals are going to go into this side of the water yet. I'm thinking maybe seals. Depends if it's deep enough. It should be deep enough. It is quite deep. So obviously this side is higher, but I made it shallow because of the hippos, whereas this side is going to be deeper but lower down. The water is going to be up to about here somewhere. So yeah, the idea is something can be in here that needs a bit deeper water, so probably seals. And then what I was thinking is I might combine it with this area here and have it so the seals can come up over the land and then down on this side and have a swim there as well. But again, I may cut them off sort of here somewhere with another dam, and then again have some more another area of lake here with this being a beach. So maybe sea lions one side, seals on the other, or maybe I'll go crocodiles over that side. I'm not sure. But yeah, for now, let's just worry about one bit at a time, shall we? Cool. Okay, so this side, I need to craft something. I want the water effect, so I want the water to look like it's sort of being sucked in. I'm not really sure how that's going to happen. What do we have here? You see, this actually, something like this. Let's have a look. I can change the colouring on this. You see, and it kind of looks like a vent, doesn't it? That's my thinking with that. Let me just get it lined up in the middle. Actually, that's not bad. Maybe just a tiny bit over one way. See, and then I'm thinking if that gets turned like that, and then I don't know, let me have a look at the water effects, because what I'm hoping is that there's an effect. You've got this one that is gives that effect of water going in, doesn't it? Hang on, I think the direction's getting confused. Let me try that again. I just wish there was a way you could turn it invisible, but there's not, is there? You can change the effect of the water. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Okay, let's just try and turn this. Yeah, so the water is going into the vent. I just don't know if I can hide this inside the vent and still use the effect. I can actually. I think I can get away with that. I think that looks alright. It does look like the water is getting sucked through the vent, doesn't it? Yeah, don't mind that actually. That looks okay. So how do I want to disguise this in any way? I feel like this still needs some work here. So let's just come back to our stone options. Actually, I wonder, I can possibly use something like this again as a topper. I reckon. Let's take that back. Yeah, okay. I feel like I'll need something down the sides. I think if I do something down one side, when I duplicate it, it will then be on the other side, won't it? If you see what I mean. Always gets tricky when you try and do that. I don't know. I feel like I need some sort of design in here. Let me have a look at this piece. So I do really like that, actually. Maybe that's all this. Maybe that's all it needs. Is it just you got this piece, and then I can decorate this with. I like this round piece. I usually stick that in the middle of that. I think that looks nice. Doesn't need to be too fancy, I don't think, actually. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think once it's duplicated along, I think you kind of get the effect quite well. I'll tell you what I might do though, because these can change colour. I think maybe these need to be a different colour. And on this side, these maybe need to be a darker colour. Yeah, I just needed that little something different, I think. Actually, do you know what? I think maybe this needs to be duplicated left and right as well. Oh, I didn't, hang on. Didn't do those two, the different colour. There we go. Let me just see if this works. If you duplicate them, yeah, I like that. You get that. You'll get that line of them going all the way along. Although I'm going to have to put in a little bit of edging, I think, here, aren't I? Because they're not going to meet up otherwise. In fact, they're not quite centered. Let's just move them over a tiny bit. Always hard to try and get these things centered. So it looks to me like they're, yeah, it's close enough. So yeah, just down the side there, I feel like I need something just here. And it needs to be, it needs to kind of separate them like that. Because then when that's duplicated, it'll appear on that side as well. That's my thinking. I might need to do something down here as well, so that when I duplicate it sideways, it copies itself. I'll tell you what I might just do for now is just start the duplicating process and see what works and what doesn't. I do also need to get the special effect for water over here in our lion's mouth. So I'm guessing I need that, but I want it to look like it's gushing out. So I don't know if I can use any of the waterfall effects. Where are we? No, see, none of these are. See, that's the. You kind of want it to look like it's pouring out. I don't know if that is going to work or not. It's either that or that. So that to me doesn't look like it's not vicious enough, is it? I'd need a lot of them in there to make that look good. So hang on, I think if I change the angle of that, what's the midsection look like actually? Maybe a 5 meter midsection. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. Kind of really look like it's pouring out of its mouth. I think that's good actually. I like that. It looks like it is gushing out through its mouth. Let's go with that. Oh, this is quite good. Right, so let's see how this works, shall we? This could be a disaster, but hopefully not. Obviously, I know it's not lined up properly. Of course, I don't know if it's going to if it's going to fit in properly, but I can adjust it. Actually, that's not bad. Okay, I'm not going to look at the other side yet because I'm a bit scared to. But this, if this can just move over a tiny bit like that, just let's get this lined up over here. If I get it lined up at one end at least, and then I can worry about the other end in a minute. Right, so how are we at this end? Okay, so this end is going to just need a little bit of pathway changing. But yeah, that's not bad. Now, how does this side look? Do you know what? I'm pretty pleased with that. Ah, okay, that's crossed over. Oh, hang on, no, it hasn't. You've got gaps there. Yeah, oh, why haven't we got a gap there? Did I misjudge that last placement? I did, didn't I? I didn't put the whole thing over. Ah. Okay, oh, this is a pain now. What I should have done is create a separate building with this thing in. I think that's got it all. Let's try this again. I obviously didn't quite get that right. That's better. Yeah, I'm not sure quite what I did there. I think I must have just put it one piece, yeah, too far over or something. I don't know. Either way, that looks right now with the gap. So that's fine because you know they're all in pairs, so that's all right. So we've got the water coming in. We've got this little cross pattern here, which I'll probably do something about that. That's fine. I can hide that. It looks like we've got little crucifixes in the water there, which we don't want. But we've got the water gushing in. That's the main thing. We've got those 4 points there where the water is going in. And then on this side, you've got the water pouring out. Excellent. Right, let me once again just... Hang on, is that actually going in a straight line? Yes, it is. Good. Let's just move this so that it's lined up with this piece at the end here. Yeah, and then this one here, I'll just have to fiddle around with the pathway and try and... Yeah, it's not... See, the problem is you end up with this piece not getting a thingy on it. That's fine. I'll just leave that coming onto there then, and I will fiddle around with this and make it look better in some way. I'll hide these maybe under some other ones of these. I'll create like little squares at the end here with some flowers in or something. I can do something. I can do something at this end as well. Create some little squares with like little flower beds maybe. Yeah, that's fine. It's a nice big open space, but of course underneath here isn't a lot of pathway, so people can't come up to both sides, but it looks like they can. But that's fine. That's just how it goes. So cool. Looking good there. I like that. And obviously this is safe. You know, the animals can't get sucked in, so that's important as well. Don't want our hippos or our flamingos getting hurt. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. You've got a tiny little gap just here. I'll tell you what I will do, and this is going to wait for the next episode because I think this episode is long enough now. I will build a whole separate piece to cover this gap that comes down here, the gap between here, the gap between here, and then this sort of funny crucifix shape at the bottom here. I will create a whole new piece that comes down. I'll duplicate it into these 3 gaps, and probably at the end as well. Or actually no, this will probably be covered with rocks, I imagine, at this end, similar to how this end is basically rocks. Let me just get that moved out a bit because it's just got a bit lost in there. That's good. We've got bits and pieces under here that aren't needed, but they're fine. They're lost in the undergrowth, so that's all right. So yeah, there's some detailing to be done at each end. But yeah, as a dam, I think that is pretty cool. as a start anyway. We're not, like I said, we're not quite there yet, but we are getting there. Let me just have a look at the water on this side. So I'm thinking it wants to be that sort of level is what I was going for. That gives you a good depth for whatever I put in there, and I can always make it deeper, can't I? Or you know, I could put it in a deeper area. Where does it go to? That goes to about there. Yeah, so that's fine. That's roughly how I want that to go. And then I could put in a few special effects here with some splashing, can't I? If I maybe put a load of rocks along here and hide the special effects inside them. The two on the outside, I might just go in there and get rid of the special effects and turn off the water there. Is probably the easiest solution to that. It's obviously going to need some lighting on it as well. I'll probably do some things growing up it, maybe some stuff coming up the side here, try and get some vegetation in. If I get rocks down here, I'll have some ivy or something growing up the back, try and sort of, you know, just blend it in with the wildlife. And the same on this side, I'll probably do a few little shrubs or something looking like they're growing in and amongst all these gaps. So we'll be all blended together a lot better eventually. But yeah, there we go. There's our dam, kind of there now. You can kind of see where I'm going with it. Still not too sure how I'm going to hide these pathways, but I'll try and figure something out. Yeah, that'll be tricky, but I'll get there. Cool. Okay, well, let's leave it there then. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. Just one mega project going on really in that episode, but I quite like that. So thank you very much. If you have enjoyed it, you can hit the like button for me. I would really appreciate that. And hopefully you can join me again in the next episode. Until then, do take care, and I will see you soon.